Big Ten Media Days 2025 in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay Resort Convention Center, and the Washington Huskies were at the podium for day 2. And true sophomore quarterback Damon Williams Jr. was representing the Huskies in Las Vegas. He's coming off a season where he took over the starting quarterback role for the final 2 games of the season. That included a 5-touchdown performance in the Sun Bowl against Louisville. And he talked about what he learned playing behind veteran quarterback Will Rogers last season, his relationship with offensive coordinator Jimmie Dougherty, and a whole lot more.
What were some of the biggest things you learned from Will? He was pretty accomplished in the SEC, and then obviously you get to play behind a veteran like that. What did you learn from him?
Yeah, I learned just the preparation standpoint of the game, and he's a super hard worker. You can see it every day. I mean, I know like media and stuff's not like lifts and player ran practices and stuff, but you can just see his leadership qualities. You know, just him as a person, he's a great dude.
So there's only, I believe, 7 or 8 Big Ten teams brought their quarterback to media days this year, and most of them are like 2-3 year returning starters. You're the only guy that isn't. Like, you only started a couple games last season. What does that mean to you to be representing your school among this conference?
Yeah, it means a lot for sure. I just want to keep representing the best way I can and just be out here and try to represent Washington as best as I can.
This spring, Coach Dougherty talked about the dialogue between his quarterbacks, specifically like when something goes wrong, not necessarily just correcting a mistake, but asking what you see. And I'm curious what that dialogue is like. How does that help you develop quicker, like, your mistakes as a quarterback?
Yeah, I would say, you know, being able to replicate what you did and see what you did wrong, being able to go back on the film and make notes about what happened, being able to write it down, and then go out the next day and be able to correct it. I feel like if you're going out there and you keep making the same mistake, at the end of the day, I feel like that's your fault. You have to go out there and you have to take accountability in yourself and fix the mistakes.
And head coach Jedd Fisch also had some high praise for his new starting quarterback during his availability session later on.
I think he has great self-confidence. He believes that he's as good as anyone that will play. He feels that he was ready. He didn't feel like he needed to wait, but he was appreciative of the waiting. I think he felt like he didn't need to take every rep, but he was appreciative of the opportunity to go in there at least a few plays a game and just get his feet wet. And then when the opportunity came, like, he learned. You know, that first or second game, he scrambled against Eastern Michigan and got blown up and fumbled the ball. And he learned not to fumble the ball again. Or, against the third play against Louisville, we ran a shallow cross and they fell off it and threw a pick 6. And he didn't turn the ball over again. So I think what makes Damon special is he can learn from his mistakes, but he's self-confident enough to go out there and give it a whirl.